time to time and we read over some story which we have known, some accounts which we have known. And each time when we read it, we can find something different, something new, something which is likely relatable. And today we'll be looking at Mark chapter 10 from verse 46 to verse 52. And it's a story, it's an account which we know very well about this man by the name of blind Bartimaeus. And the Bible said that Jesus was now in Jericho and he was on his way out. And while he was on his way out with his disciples, a great multitude followed him. So there is some chattering or something, but this kind of commotion draws the attention of this man by the name of blind Bartimaeus, who was sitting somewhere near the highway doing his usual begging duty. Now, when he heard the commotion, when he heard the noise, he recognized that it was Jesus of Nazareth passing. Blind Bartimaeus began to cry out. And his crying wasn't a cry of begging some alms or begging money or begging something to eat. He wasn't crying out to get the attention of Jesus so that he might be filled materialistically. He was crying out, and his cry was a cry of mercy. When he realized that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he says, "Jesus, thou son of David, have mercy on me." It was a cry of mercy, and that's the focus today, a cry of mercy. Now, we know from the Old Testament that Jericho, the walls of Jericho, were cursed. And so I want you to use your imaginations. I want you to think about it. Now, this blind man who has been placed in this spot over and over because based on his condition, he's not capable enough of doing anything else than to sit here beside Jericho and beg. He's placed in this spot, let us call it the place which was cursed by Joshua. He was placed in that cursed situation by his infirm, and he was now struggling with this infirmity because he wasn't able to see. Now, Bartimaeus means the son of Timaeus. And if you do a word study on Timaeus, it means one who you look up to. So if we should say that blind Bartimaeus was supposed to be a reflection of his father, there wouldn't be any comparison, because his father would be someone who is a man of integrity and they look up to. But his son was one who they look down on when they are showing their money or giving him something. They were looking down on him based upon his situation, his condition, and his position. So he was in this situation, and now he heard that Jesus was passing, and he was crying out for mercy. He wasn't crying out for money. He wasn't crying out for food. He wasn't crying out for water. He was crying out, "Jesus, thou son of David, have mercy on me." What situation do you find yourself in today which causes you to cry out? What is your circumstances? What is your position? What is it that allows you to feel like a hold down and a hold back and a setback? What is it that causes you to be crying out today? And it's not a cry for anything else than for Jesus to have mercy upon you. What is your situation today? Something allows you to be crying out for mercy, to be crying out for help, to be getting the attention of Jesus Christ, and you have been crying out. The situation is overwhelming, the burden is too heavy, and you cannot see your way forward, and you're crying out for mercy. You're crying out for help. You're crying out of your frustration. You're crying out of your miry clay. You're crying out from your brokenness. You're crying out from your emptiness. You're just crying out to God to get his attention. And the Bible says that when blind Bartimaeus was there crying out to Jesus for mercy, the people who were around Jesus was telling him to keep quiet, to shut his mouth. How many of us can relate today? In your brokenness, in your bitterness, in your state of hopelessness and lack of resources and lack of opportunity and lack of success, good success, a lack of direction. You're there crying out because you're in need. You need help. You need someone who knows the way, someone who can help you. You need Jesus who can direct you, who can heal you out of your sickness. You're crying out of your infirmities. You're there crying out, and those who are supposed to be helping you, who's supposed to be saying, come on, let me bring you to a man who we call Jesus. They are the one who are saying, keep quiet. In other words, your situation is not worthy of attention. You're not so important that Jesus should attend unto you. At this point in time, based on your situation and your brokenness and your helplessness, you are supposed to be in that position. And Jesus doesn't have any time for you. Stop the crying, stop the shouting. Mercy doesn't have time for you right now. We don't deserve to be seen by the great physician. And the people around Jesus, they were the one who wanted to see this man continue in his situation. But this man, the Bible said that he cried out the more. So the more those who are around him says that you're supposed to keep quiet, is the more he cried out, is the more he cried for Jesus to acknowledge him and to acknowledge the situation that he's in and to acknowledge his circumstances. And Jesus stood. Bible said that Jesus stood still. He stopped. He acknowledges the cry of this blind man. And here's the funny part. Here's the interesting part. When Jesus stopped, the same people who were telling him that he's supposed to keep quiet, it is the same people Jesus sent to call him. What a wonderful God. The same people who wants to see you in the position and fight you and doesn't want to hear you say anything about Christ or cry out to him, or in your situation you're not supposed to get help. They are the same one Christ is going to use to take you up out of your situation, and not only that, to bring you to him. The same people, the same blockage, the same one who tells lie on you, the same one who tries to bring you down, the same one who tries to tarnish your name. Jesus is going to use them so that you will come to him. And it only gets better from there. Because when you're now in this face-to-face relationship, when you're standing before this great physician, this man who nothing is impossible for him, he's going to ask you, what is it that you would like for me to do? Now, I want you to realize that those who were following him, the people who were following him, did not get that opportunity that blind Bartimaeus received. They did not receive the opportunity where Jesus asked them, what do you want me to do? I recognize that you're following me. So what do you want me to do for you? It was this man who cried out from the depths of his heart, crying out for mercy. He was the one who was acknowledged. He was the one who Jesus sent for. And he was the one Jesus said, let your request be known unto me. And the Bible said that when they went for him, he cast away everything. He threw away the pouch. I think money would be in it. That wasn't so much important right now. What was important to him is that he may receive his sight. And Jesus said, ask me, what is it? What is your request? Why are you shouting out my name like this? Why are you calling me so loud? Here I am now. What is it that you want? Now that you have received the attention of Jesus, what will your requests be, brothers and sisters? And the Bible said in verse 50, it said, and he casting away his garment rose and came to Jesus. And Jesus answered and said unto him, what wilt thou that I should do unto thee? The blind man said unto him, Lord, that I might receive my sight. And Jesus said unto him, go thy way, thy faith had made thee whole. And immediately he received his sight and followed Jesus in the way. Your cry will get the attention of Christ. When you get the attention of Christ, let your requests be known unto him. And after you have done that, whether you're crying out in prayer, whether you're standing up, whether you're kneeling down, whether you're sitting, whether you're laying on your bed, whether you're going through a terrible time and your mind and your heart is in agony, whatsoever way that you're crying out your mercy cry today, it gets the attention of Jesus. And Jesus attends to your need according to the cry of your heart. Let your requests be known unto him. Because trust me, if he takes the time to come by you, to stop by you, to listen to you, to hear your cry and attend to you, it means, brothers and sisters, that he's also going to fulfill that request which you have, that situation which allows you to cry out. He's going to fix it. He's going to restore you. He's going to take you out of the place of curse. He's going to take you out of that position. He's going to take you from that environment. He's going to allow you to walk in newness with him and in the fullness that he has concerning your life. Don't allow others, don't allow anyone, don't allow even yourself to stop you from crying out to the man and the only one who can fix your situation.